Ladies and gents, what's going on? Welcome back. Isn't this a cool bench? All blue and stuff? We're going to do our story here today. Why not, right? What are we talking about today, my friends? What are we talking about? Today we're talking about the tattoo on my thigh. You know, it's warm enough out here in Florida today, showing off my little baby thighs. So I figured let's tell the story of this today. So this is the Chi Rho. It is the first two letters of Christ in Greek. And below it, in Latin, it says, in hoc signo vince. Very, very broken Latin, because I am tiny. Very, very broken Latin. And it means, by this symbol, you will prevail or conquer, whatever you prefer. So where are we? So we're in late 200s, early 300s, Roman Empire again. We're following Constantine. Now, Constantine basically ruled the Eastern Roman Empire. And just make sure this is working. There we go. So Constantine basically ruled the Eastern Roman Empire, and this dude, Maxentius, he controlled the Western Roman Empire. And Maxentius was in charge of Rome. For all my Lord of the Rings fans, he was basically like Sauron. He was like this dark wizard. He practiced like this evil magic and, you know, had at least triple the size of the army that Constantine had. So Constantine was like, I am going to lose with this ragtag army I have. I need to find a god who's going to help me. So he was trying all the different pantheons of gods, and, you know, he kind of noticed the weirdo Christians, because at the time the church was still very small and still getting persecuted. Maxentius hated the Christians. He was persecuting them too. So he prayed fervently to Jesus and the Father, and him and his 25,000 men, they're leaving the Balkans in the Eastern Roman Empire. They're heading towards Rome, and they all see this symbol in the sky. So 25,000 people claimed, to see this in the sky. They all claimed it. Constantine even swore an oath, a blood oath, before he died about this story that I'm about to tell you, right? So this is, everyone who was a part of it is like, this is what happened. So let's get into it. So we are heading towards Rome. We see this symbol in the sky. A lot of the dudes didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? But Constantine was like, oh, okay, so there's a sign from this God that I've been praying to. But he still didn't really know what it meant. He just saw it and was like, what is that? Like, I don't know what that is. And neither did his army. So they get right outside of Rome, right in front of the Milvian Bridge, which is one of the bridges that leads into Rome from the north. And we set up camp. And at night, Jesus comes to Constantine. According to Constantine, Jesus comes to him in his dream and tells him, that symbol you saw in the sky, if you paint that everywhere, if you put it everywhere, your banner, your shield, your chest, and you tell everyone in your army to do the same thing, you will win tomorrow. You will win the day, and you will become emperor of Rome. So Constantine wakes up, and he tells literally everybody, you guys, remember that thing we saw in the sky yesterday? And they're all like, yeah, what about it? He's like, paint it everywhere. Put it everywhere. Your chest, your helmet, your shield, your butt, like put it everywhere. Put it everywhere you possibly can. And so they listened because they trusted in Constantine. They listened to him and they did what he said. And so they show up, totally outnumbered. Maxentius is doing his wicked, Sauron, evil magic practices, trying to win the day. And Constantine and his boys absolutely rout them, slaughter them. Total slaughter. No one was expecting it. A total underdog victory. Like, if we were there and putting money on it, we definitely would not have picked Constantine. Like, they absolutely underdogged, won the day. Constantine becomes the emperor of Rome, immediately declares himself as a Christian, and makes the empire, which he now rules solo dolo, a Christian empire. And that is the reason that all of us here today, including myself and all my ancestors, believe in Jesus, because of Constantine and what I have tattooed on my thigh. So, I thought 3 things. A, what a dope story. Like, that should be a movie. Someone needs to make a movie out of that, or a TV show, because that's so dope. B, if it worked for Constantine, if I put it on me, maybe it'll work for me. And C, what do we read constantly throughout the Bible, especially the New Testament, with people who believe in Jesus, right? Jesus says to the woman who touches him to heal herself, it wasn't me who healed you, it was your faith. Your faith healed you. You saw the signs that I was performing. Constantine sees the symbol in the sky, the sign, the Chi-Rho, and then believes in the sign that God is showing them, and then they act upon that in faith and get granted victory. This is the whole point of the book, is that God is going to give you signs, right? Maybe it won't be, the symbol of the Chi-Rho blazing in the sky and then coming to you in a dream, but I know all of you have seen and felt the signs from God. And it's up to you to believe in those signs and to act upon them accordingly in your life. You do His will, not your will, but His will be done, right? Do you really want to live your whole life in the same place? Think about that. What do you have to lose following these signs? What are you supposed to lose? You're already lost. You're already in that place. You're not going to, what can you lose? What, you think those guys were, I'm sure there were dudes in the army that looked at Constantine and were like, well, what if we paint this all over ourselves and we get absolutely mollywopped and we look like dummies and our women and children get taken and sold into slavery, right? I'm sure a bunch of them, right? Like, why are we going to cross the Delaware? What if we do and we all die in the Delaware and freeze to death, right? You need to say, well, what if we do it? What if it goes well? What if we actually mollywop Maxentius and his Sauron evil army and we win the flipping day and we become the leaders of Rome? What if? You have to change your mindset, you guys. It is a mindset. It is believing in the God that created this universe and trusting that what He tells us about everything working out for our good, if we believe and act according to His will happen. Look at Constantine. He literally did that, and he became the emperor of Rome. The emperor of Rome, you guys. We still talk about him today. We are all Christians because of him and his belief in what he saw and then his action upon it. So the verse of the day, Old Testament, yet again. I've been reading the Old Testament now that I'm 26 and I've got a fully developed frontal lobe, and man, this thing is amazing. So we're in Deuteronomy, great book, chapter 20, verse 1. When you go out to war against your enemies and see horses and chariots, an army larger than your own, you shall not be afraid of them. For the Lord your God is with you. You can do anything. Do not be afraid. The Lord your God is on your side. I love all of you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day today. Open up your Bible, read a little bit, kiss an old lady, go to church tomorrow if you can, and we'll talk tomorrow. Have a great, blessed day. I love all of you. Peace.